When my father told me to get out, he didn't raise his hand, he raised his voice. It wasn't even the loudest I'd heard him, just sharp, final. If you don't like how this house is run, then leave. Get out and don't come back. The argument had started over something small. It always did. Tone, timing. The way I questioned him about a contractor bill that seemed inflated. I had been covering the mortgage for 8 months by then. Temporary help, my mother called it when it began. My father called it what family does. But the moment I asked where the money was going, I was suddenly ungrateful. So when he said, get out, I did. Not dramatically, I didn't slam doors. I packed a suitcase. I paused the automatic transfer scheduled for the first of the month. I left my key on the kitchen counter. No one stopped me. The quiet in my new apartment felt unfamiliar at first. There was no television running in the background, no tension humming through the walls. Just the sound of my own breathing. For the first week, I kept expecting my mother to call, not to apologize, just to check if I was okay. She didn't. The second week, I noticed the first of the month approaching. My old reflex kicked in. I opened my banking app out of habit. Then I remembered don't come back. I closed it. 3 days later, my phone rang. My mother. Her voice wasn't emotional. It was tight controlled. Why did the mortgage payment bounce? No hello, no how are you? I stared at the wall for a moment before answering. I moved out. That doesn't answer my question. It does. There was a pause. Papers shuffled on her end, like she was standing at the kitchen counter, the same place I left my key. We're short, she said. The bank already called. You know your father's hours were cut. We need you. The word need landed differently now. I thought I wasn't part of the house anymore. Don't twist his words. I'm not twisting anything, I said, still calm. That surprised me. I wasn't angry. I was steady. He told me to get out forever. He didn't mean it like that. But he said it like that. Silence. For years I'd filled in the gaps, translated his anger into stress, his control into culture, his insults into misunderstandings. But the bank didn't deal in tone. It dealt in signatures. The mortgage wasn't in my name. I had never co-signed. I had simply been transferring money every month because I believed it was temporary, because I believed helping meant belonging. Now the bank wanted payment from the people legally responsible. That wasn't me. My mother exhaled slowly. So what are you saying? I'm saying I don't live there. Another silence, this one heavier. That evening, my father called. His voice was different. Lower, not apologetic, just recalculate. You stopped the payment. Yes. You know what this does to us? I know what you told me. He didn't respond immediately. I imagined him gripping the phone too tightly, trying to decide whether to explode or negotiate. You're going to let your parents lose their house. There it was, the shift from command to accusation. I'm not letting anything happen, I said. The mortgage is yours. It always was. You lived here? I paid to live there? The words surprised both of us. For the first time in my life, I heard him without fear, just a man who had confused authority with permanence. I didn't mean you should actually leave, he said finally. But you meant I had no say. He didn't answer. I let the silence stretch. It wasn't punishment. It was space, something I'd never allowed before. I'm willing to help, I said carefully, but not as someone disposable. Another long pause. What does that mean? It means we speak to each other with respect. It means if I contribute financially, it's acknowledged. It means you don't threaten to erase me the moment I disagree with you. The old version of me would have rushed to soften that, add humor, add apology. I didn't. You're making this formal, he muttered. It already was. I was just the only one pretending it wasn't. 2 days later, we sat in a bank office together. A loan officer explained options in a neutral tone. Refinance, payment restructuring. Cool, signing if all parties agreed. Authority has a strange effect on people like my father. In front of documentation, he becomes quieter, contained. When the officer asked whether I would like to be legally added as a co-borrower, I answered clearly, no, I'm willing to contribute monthly, but I won't carry liability. The officer nodded, typed, professional, unemotional. That was the moment control shifted. Not because I humiliated him, not because I all won, because the structure was visible and I chose my position inside it. On the drive home, my father didn't yell. He didn't apologize either. But when he dropped me off at my apartment, he said, "Let me know when you get inside." It wasn't warmth. It wasn't reconciliation. It was different. The payments resumed the following month, smaller, clearly defined, transferred with a memo line that read family support, agreed. I don't know if he respects me now. I know he doesn't threaten me anymore. And I know something else too. If he ever says, "Get out, don't come back again," I won't hear it as a wound. I'll hear it as information.